Man, is it a busy morning around here. We had Branford Marsalis in studio on the Munson Show last half hour. Today, actually right now, we're going to call down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and talk with Steve Gatlin. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Good morning, Ken. How you doing?
Good. I pulled you out of a meeting. I'm glad you were able to do that for us.
Oh, I'm glad you pulled me out of the meeting.
You sound like me. You don't really like to sit through meetings if you don't have to.
No, it was fine. I have a marketing meeting every Friday morning with the people here at our development, and we talk about different things that are going on and what all we're doing, and it's fine. But that's just a good time. This is a good time to get me on Friday.
I see. Well, you're the brother of the Gatlins who really handles the day-to-day business of the new Gatlin Brothers Theater, huh?
Right. Well, for the last 20 years, since 76, 77, when we first started on the road, I'm kind of the one that they bring all the problems to, and I deal with the band, and I booked our dates. We had a booking agency, but I actually approved our dates and our tours and everything, and that's better than having three guys do it. And then on major events, once a week, the brothers have a meeting the way we do it. We sit down and we talk about things that come up during the week, and I kind of am the spokesman that goes and takes care of that. So this is a chance for me to visit with our developers here and find out what's going on with other projects here in Fantasy Harbor, which is the development we're in, and approve ads and just various things that we talk about just to keep people posted. So I take care of a lot of the business for the brothers as well as singing, singing and playing bass every night.
Right. Now, you guys traveled around an awful lot, through the 70s and 80s?
We did that we were doing 220, 30 days, out there doing a bunch of concerts. And what we've done is we've built us a musical home here where we can literally sit, and about 250 days a year, we do one show a day, except on Wednesdays. We do a double, do a matinee Wednesday. We're off on Sunday, so we get up, and I go to the office every morning, play golf in the afternoon. As a matter of fact, after this meeting, I'm headed out. Larry and one of our stage managers are going to play a little this afternoon. I'll be on stage now at 8 o'clock.
Does the golf game reflect how the show's going to go later on?
Sometimes it does for the first few minutes. We try not to take our golf game. Now, Larry, you can find out when Larry's in a good mood, he'll be in a great mood, and he'll tell everybody in the audience how bad he beat us. Now, if he loses, which is also a pretty good opportunity, he never mentions it. It's kind of
funny that way.
And my dad said, you need to kind of give us equal time out there. When you get beat, you need to go and mention the fact that you got beat.
It's 12 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're talking with Steve Gatlin, who's at the Gatlin Brothers Theater, which is new since when? When was it built?
We actually started a year ago, February, but it actually opened August 16th. We've been in since last summer, so we're just now going into our first spring and summer season. Looking forward to a lot of folks in town, a lot of folks coming.
Myrtle Beach is one of those destinations a lot of people like to go for vacations, and of course we're getting into the vacation season here.
Absolutely. We have absolutely gorgeous weather here. The weather today is about 72, 74 degrees. It's beautiful. We have 60 miles of beachfront, tons of restaurants, about 85 golf courses, a lot of shopping. There's many things to do here, and now there are 2 or 3 other theaters that have sprung up, and as I said, we're in a development called Fantasy Harbor, which has 2 or 3 other theaters built. We made an announcement last week that last month actually, that the folks that we're with are building a theater for Ronnie Millsap. So Ronnie's going to spend about 30 weeks a year as our neighbor, about 200 yards down the street from us. So it's going to be exciting. There's not only country music here, but there are other things as well within this development to do. We're looking at building a restaurant. So there's lots of things going on around Fantasy Harbor, and the Gatlin boys are very pleased to be here.
Yeah, it's like a 2,000-seat theater, and it's a really nice one from what I can tell.
Yeah, thank you. We're very proud of it. It's very comfortable, very cozy. We've gotten tremendous response on the theater. It's very user-friendly. A lot of folks have commented on how easy it is to get in and out, parking. Things like the ladies' restroom. They're so happy because we built them on both sides, so it's easily accessible. It's very colorful.
You learned something from the ballparks there.
Well,
never enough restrooms for the ladies.
I learned from going to Branson. We went to Branson, Missouri, and I spent some time with some friends of mine who had built theaters, and they told me some of the pitfalls, some of the things that worked, some of the things that didn't work, some of the things they wish they'd done differently. I guess it's like when you build a house or buy a car or anything, you never get everything you want. After you drive it for a while or live in it a while, you say, I wish I'd have put that laundry room over there or something. And we are very fortunate. So far, I've been very pleased with the function and the way the theater works. It sounds wonderful in there. Not just us. I'm not patting us on the back, but I've had some other acts that have been in there, and they comment about how good it sounds. Mm-hmm. Very pleased with the theater.
One of those acts, of course, is Royce Elliott, and he's the guy that put me in contact with you. He's down there working with you guys, in fact, last week and this week.
Right. Royce closes actually Saturday night, but I think he is coming back in 95. He's coming back a couple of different times. What I do is I use a comedian in our show about 20 or 25 minutes every night. And Royce, this is his second visit. First time he did 3 weeks, this time 2 weeks. And we have designated Royce as our official aerobics instructor.
Dan Swaney has just joined me in here, too. He does an afternoon show here on the radio. Were you down there in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, I was in Myrtle Beach in January, and I saw your theater. It is beautiful. And the whole area, the development you're talking about out there, where the circus is, and for folks the folks that like to do outlet mall shopping, it's all right there together. I can highly recommend going to that area again. I plan on coming down every year in January, February. And unfortunately, Steve, the only thing I got to see actually at your theater was the outside of it, including the Gatlin gun right there on the front yard. Right. But I'll tell you what, Steve, it's really impressive. It's really an impressive area down there.
What's the Gatlin gun for? To keep the announcers away? Is that
maybe?
It's actually Gatling. It's actually called a Gatling gun, and it's part of our family. About 150 years ago or so, the family split, actually dropped the G. Some of the Gatlins from Tennessee moved to Texas. So the Gatlin gun has always been our logo. We have used it as kind of a trademark, and so we have one sitting out front. It's actually pointing across the street, which is where Medieval Times, which is a new...
Right.
Of course, it's a castle, so it looks like we've got a war going on with the guys across the street.
Steve, are they planning on developing that whole area out there with theaters? It's a huge area.
Yes, there are about 400 acres in there that the development we're on. Right now, there are 3 theaters up and running. The Euro Circus, which is a tent next door to us, which has acrobats, gymnasts, all kinds of unusual... It's a circus without animals, basically. People doing high-wire acts and very entertaining. Across the street from that is a Magic on Ice, which is a magic and illusion show, and then our theater. Those are the 3 that are open now, or actually Euro Circus opens Easter weekend. They've been off for a couple of months. But there are 3 theaters up and running. Then across the street from us, Medieval Times, which there are 6 of them in the world, which is a castle with 12th century jousting, Knights of the Round Table. It's a dinner and tournament. They serve food, and you watch a show. And then, as I was telling Ken just a moment ago, the 5th theater, which will start any day, any day now. That's funny because we've got a song called Any Day Now.
Yeah.
Any day now, they'll start Ronnie's theater, and he's open in September or October of this year. So by this fall, we will have 5 venues, 2 of them being country, and the other 3 being other forms of entertainment. So we're trying to appeal to the entire family. We obviously, I love country music and want people to come and enjoy us, but there are things here for the entire family and everyone to do, whether you like country music or whether you just want to come and enjoy the circus or enjoy the folks that do the magic and the skating. And there's a lot to be done right here in our area besides the 60 miles of beach and all the shopping and the golf courses and the things that are here. It's a wonderful place. I'm very pleased that we chose Myrtle Beach to be our new musical home.
Steve Gatlin is on the line of the Gatlin brothers. I'll tell you what, if you can hang on for a minute, I have a couple other questions for you. Maybe somebody would even like to ask you a question.
All right.
One of them might be our farm director, Marla Behrens, who just wandered in here with a donut.
A donut?
Are you into health foods too, Steve?
Absolutely. I have from January to April the 4th, I didn't have anything like donuts, and I lost some weight, and I was so pleased. But if you'll last Tuesday, I believe it was the 4th of April, I ate a cake that you couldn't pole vault over.
Are you trying to make me feel guilty?
Oh, no, ma'am. I want you to enjoy that donut.
He says it with a real affection, doesn't he?
Radio and music and food, it just all goes together.
It does, yeah.
So donuts and coffee and radio go together.
That's right.
It's hard to keep him around there when Royce is around, though, I'm sure.
True. Tonight we gave Royce a cake. We gave Royce a cake on stage for his birthday because his birthday was 2 days before us.
That's right.
As he started to walk off, I made sure that the band went with him. I didn't want Royce to get in his dressing room with that cake by himself.
Because he would have polished it off. Let me break for this. Steve Gatlin is on the line. If you'd like to talk with him, 829-2345 is the number, or 1-800-322-9377.
Ever have one of those days where you wake up late because the power went out, so you jump in the shower, but there's no hot water, so you throw on some clothes, but you can't find your keys, and you're searching everywhere when the phone starts to ring and it's your boss asking where you're at. But someone's at the door and it's a vacuum cleaner salesman who dumps dirt on the floor, and just then you notice your car is being towed while your boss is yelling on the phone and the salesman's turning on the vacuum, and you think to yourself,
I wish something in life was easier.
well, good news. Now there's easier to win Little Lotto. Instead of 35 balls, there's only 30. So it's easier to win with thousands more winners each drawing. You get all your cash at once, and there's a $200,000 grand prize to a single winner. So the next time, your car won't start because the kids think sugar in the gas tank will make cotton candy come out the exhaust pipe. Smile and think Little Lotto. It's hard not to play, 'cause it's easier to win.
Play new Little Lotto from the Illinois Lottery, now with 30 balls instead of 35 and thousands more winners. New Little Lotto, hard not to play because it's easier to win.
For the first time ever, award-winning singer-songwriter Gordon Lightfoot appears on the Illinois State University Braden Auditorium stage at 7:30 p.m. Thursday, April 20th. Noted for his unique folk rock style of the 1970s, Gordon Lightfoot still reigns as king of the ballad, and you're invited to relax and enjoy an evening of easy-to-listen-to music that transcends 3 decades. Tickets for the Gordon Lightfoot performance on April 20th are available at all Ticketmaster locations, or call the Braden box office at area code 309-438-5444. You can take control of your heating costs and comfort at home. Benedict's Plumbing and Heating in El Paso provides total comfort with Carrier quality products and service. Call Don Benedict to learn all the benefits of a Carrier Weathermaker super efficient gas furnace. Benedict's Plumbing and Heating offers more comfort and energy savings because they're the inside guys. Get a free estimate today. In Bloomington, call 827-7444. In El Paso, call 527-2345. For Benedict Plumbing and Heating, your Carrier dealer serving this area since 1936.
All right, Steve Gatlin is on the line. I have a question for you. You're not at the theater all year round, so that means you still will be doing some traveling, Steve?
The brothers are actually not traveling any at all together. I mean, I'm leaving the show here in Myrtle Beach. Our band has moved here. We may do some things individually. I mean, I get requests all the time. I did a solo album last year, a Christian album last year, and I'm going to do a few churches. Larry gets requests to come and each of us do to play in golf tournaments, not only together and separately. And we have a few projects. Like when we were off, Larry did a movie with Randy Travis and Mickey Rooney. So, I mean, there are some individual things that the brothers kind of do, but we together collectively are not planning on going out and touring and working together. If folks want to see the Gatlin brothers in concert and see us together, they need to come to us. At least that's the plan for the next year or so.
Okay.
Not to say that, in 2 years or 3 years or somewhere down the road that we don't go out one summer or fall or something and do 20 or 30 dates. But right now, for us to travel, what we're trying to do is get people to come to us as opposed to us going out and touring. I mean, we did that for 20 years.
Right. What happens to the theater when you're not there, then? Do you have other acts come in?
Other acts. We've just done the 1996 calendar. I've done that. So this meeting I'm going into is to talk about that a little bit. We are going to do about 5 weekends in late January, early February of 96, and then we work March through November. And in that time frame, basically we work 8 weeks and take a week or so off. And so in those weeks that we're off, we have about 5 or 6 weeks that we need to fill. We have had people, and here are the people that are coming, kind of. Roy Clark worked for us this year. He will probably come back.
He's a great guy, too.
Oh, yeah.
Behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors.
That's right.
Yeah. Roy Clark, Mel Tillis, Lee Greenwood is coming in the fall. Charlie Daniels is coming to spend a week with us this summer. So we've had B.J. Thomas. So basically what happens is we will find people that will work for us when we are gone. Late December, early January, the theater's basically closed. That's why when you were here, because January is the only month really that is slow around Myrtle Beach, and the weather's a little iffy. So we'll start back weekends, like I say, in February, and then March hit it. And there will be acts, though, that are here when we are not here most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, your theater, enables you to spend more time with your family and that. Would you tell us a little bit about your family? I think folks always like to enjoy that.
My family is still in Nashville. I have a daughter that's a senior in high school that will graduate this May. So I'm going to get her out of school first before I make any kind of move with my family. And Larry has the same situation in Austin. His son's a senior in high school, and his other daughter just got married New Year's Eve. So his for all practical purposes, his children are almost out of the nest because Josh will be off at school and my Ashley will be off at school. One nice thing is she's coming probably coming over to Clemson, which is not far from me. It's here in South Carolina. And Rudy has his wife and child here. So basically, they came spring break. They're coming Easter. They're coming to spend the summer with me. So right now, we have dual homes, so to speak. Larry has one in Austin, and I have one in Nashville still. And I want to keep my ties to Nashville. I mean, I'd like to keep my home there. Nashville's been good to the Gatlin brothers, and over the years, we've got a lot of friends and business associates there. So I don't want to up and just move out of there completely. But right now, it's like having a place. We all built homes over in Myrtle Beach. So we have a place to come home to every night and play golf, and we're pretty well dug in. I mean, it's nice. My cars are here. My clothes are here.
You don't have to live out of that suitcase.
I'm not living out of a suitcase.
Well, listen, it's great to have you on. If people want to make plans to go down to Myrtle Beach this summer, again, you guys are going to be there through much of the summer then.
Right.
And do you need to have reservations at a hotel or something before you get there? Is it so busy that you have to call weeks ahead, or can you just wind up driving into town and find yourself with a place to stay?
Yeah, that is probably better, but I can give you a phone number here that will give you anyone that would like to call for tickets for anything other than Fantasy Harbor, and they can then help you direct you in a direction for hotel rooms. We have a ton of hotel rooms along the beach and even inland, but they can call here if I give a phone number.
Sure.
803-236-8500.
8500.
Right, and that will get you Fantasy Harbor tickets. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at the phone room. I'm in an office. I'm looking at it right now. There's 10 or 15 girls in there that will take phone calls and help you with any theater here in our development. If you want to make tickets for Ronnie. I mean, he opens in September.
Sounds like you're doing a pledge break here, doesn't it? All right, let's get those phones ringing, folks.
Phones ringing. Get those pledge cards in. And well, what we're trying to do is we're very low-key from that, the brothers, too, from that standpoint. We want to offer an opportunity for people if they want entertainment, whatever it is, and I want them to come, say, to Fantasy Harbor, to our particular place. And if they like country music and want to come see us, the more the merrier. We'd love for them to come. There's a lot of things to do. I think they will not be disappointed. We've had great reviews from our fans, not only that they enjoy the show, but the whole facility. We're very blessed. I think God put us in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a reason, and I'm happy to be here.
Toe tapping, hand clapping, good time there at the Gatlin Brothers Theater. The number again is 803-236-8500 if you're trying to make some vacation plans for the summer. Myrtle Beach may be your destination.
That's good.
Steve, thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Say hello to my buddy Royce Elliott, will you?
You folks have a good day and a great weekend.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.